Mariners win 4-3. They improve to 35-27 on the season, and they take the first of a 3-game set against the Oakland Athletics. We shall go over the scoring plays. Mariners get 3 in their third. Ty France doubles to center to score JP Crawford and Josh Rojas, and Luke Raley doubles to score Ty France. Athletics get 1 in the third inning as well. Abraham Toro with just a little blooper, but it's good enough to score Zach Geloff 3-1 at the end of 3. Mariners get another in the top of the 4th on a Josh Rojas infield single to make it 4-1. A's get 1 back in the 6th, a Shea Langoliers fielder's choice to score JJ Bleday. That makes it 4-2. And in the 9th inning, a wild pitch scores Max Schumann 4-3. Munoz has to leave the game. We're going to talk all about it. But the Mariners do end up getting the win. This is a tough one because, look, it's a win. It's a win on the road. It's a win on the road against a team that is not as bad as it used to be last year. Just darning with faint praise, to say the least. It's tough to get too excited about this until we find out what's going on with Andres Munoz. So, for those of you who missed the game, Munoz had some command issues, to be sure. And, he couple of guys get on for infield hits, and then he throws a wild pitch, a slider that just started way too far off the plate to ever have a shot. It gets to home plate. There's a play at the plate. There shouldn't have been a play at the plate. In all honesty, Munoz should have just let dude run in. Hindsight 2020, all that stuff. But it wasn't a close play. It was not a close play. Munoz comes up and looks shaky. And when the play first happened, my first thought was, uh-oh, that's his knee. Well, it wasn't his knee. And then I saw him try to make warm-up throws, and that's when he ends up exiting the game. And I said, uh-oh, that's his ankle. Well, it turns out both of those were wrong, because according to Scott Service, it's his back. And apparently his back has been bothering him for a little while. I just don't know if you can overstate how big of a loss Andres Munoz would be if he has to miss any time. It's not good to have him not available tomorrow. And I will almost guarantee you he won't be available tomorrow, right? Even if the MRI comes back super clean and he's feeling healthy, I would imagine they're going to take every precaution. But boy, and maybe it's just such an obvious point, but when you do not have this guy available, and you have the lack of quality depth arms that you have in this bullpen, it's tough. It's real tough. I truly don't know if you could be too hyperbolic about how big of a loss Andres Munoz to the injured list would be. Now, well, he's going to undergo the tests and all that stuff, and we'll find out a lot more tomorrow. But boy, oh boy, I am not only hoping for him to be okay from just a human being standard, that I don't like seeing human beings being hurt, but this baseball team, man, they need him so bad. So very badly. So here's hoping everything's okay. Any other negatives to talk about? Trent Thornton is able to get through his inning. He did not look good. Got a couple of walks. He did get one big strikeout and a really nice cutter. I think it was a cutter slider, whatever it was. It was a nice pitch to get that big strikeout, but really struggled with his command and just not someone I really trust in high leverage stuff. Ryan Stanek gets through his inning, but threw only 2 of 7 pitches for strikes. Did initiate a big double play. So that was nice, but yikes. Yikes. I just can't get over this bullpen right now. I mean, how big this injury could be. I will bring it up in the positives and the negatives. It's just going to be in my head. Offensively, Dom Canzone was terrible. Mitch Garver was pretty darn bad again. Worth pointing out that he caught again. He's looked fine behind the plate. JP gets a double, but had some other really bad at-bats. Also, once again, I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but Hunter Wenzelstedt, you are so unbelievably bad at your job. Just go away. Go away. Go enjoy retirement. Go have fun. Go tour the world. I can't watch you call balls and strikes ever again. I just can't do it. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about umpiring. I'm talking about umpiring. He's so bad at his job. The strike zone was so wildly inconsistent again tonight. Give me them robots, baby. Give me them robots. You know what? Give me Simply Seattle too, because they provide the very best in Seattle sports gear. Good stuff for the Mariners, of course, but the Kraken, the Seahawks, the Supersonics, the Storm, the Sounders, you can find it all. And once you find it, use code MOLLYWOP15 to take 15% off your order. I don't know if I made this clear enough. Not only is it a great deal, you don't have to use Mollywop 15 on Mariner stuff. I've used Mollywop 15 on Kraken stuff, on Rainier stuff, on Supersonic stuff. It works for everything. It's an awesome deal. MOLLYWP helps if you can spell. MOLLYWHOP15. It's an awesome deal from awesome people. Thank you so much to the good people of Simply Seattle. All right, some positives, and these just feel kind of hollow while we're waiting to find out how injured Andres Munoz is, and hopefully not injured at all, but I can't get over it. George Kirby had to battle today, but I thought his swing and miss stuff was outstanding. Some of the best swing and miss stuff I've seen really since that game against the Diamondbacks where he had the 12 punch outs. He gets 9 today. Kudos to the Athletics for fouling off some tough pitches. They did a pretty nice job. There's some hope in Oakland. Not a lot, and it's unfortunately not hope in Oakland, but there's some hope with that organization. They took some nice at-bats today, but I was impressed with what I saw from Kirby. No, weird to see him need 94 pitches to get through 5 innings because efficiency is usually the name of the game. But I think you have to give credit to Oakland there. I think you do have to give the credit to the Oakland A's there because they fouled off some really good pitches. And Kirby's slider today was really good, as was the 4-seamer, but a very solid start. Not, you look at 2 runs over 5 innings against Oakland and you don't want to go too cuckoo crazy pants, but I thought he pitched really well. I also thought Austin Voth did a nice job after coming in from him. He does issue the walk, but to get those 3 outs in the 6th inning and to keep a 2-run lead, I thought was pretty big. Now, he's responsible for one of those runs scoring, but a fielder's choice, a weak little ground ball. I thought Austin Voth did a really nice job. I thought he was the best of the relievers today. And, credit to Taylor Sassetto for ending up getting the job done. It was not pretty. Yeah, but that's a tough situation to come in, to come in for your injured teammate, to have to make, boy, he looked mad about having to make those warm-up throws on the mound instead of in the bullpen. But ultimately, gets the job done. Gets the job done. I don't think you're going to see a lot of save chances for him, even if if Munoz ends up on the injured list. But maybe if you get a couple of innings with 2 or 3 lefties in a row or 2 out of 3 lefties, you could see it. Positives offensively. The big one was Josh Rojas was fantastic today. He scorched the baseball a few times. 3 for 5. And the Mariners made a lot of hard contact today. They had something like 10 hits over 95 miles per hour, something along those lines. They were not fooled today. Now, there was some hard contact that didn't get rewarded. There was some hard contact that, for instance, Josh Rojas, when he hits that double, and it ends up not mattering, but J.P. Crawford should have scored on that play. I don't know what Crawford was doing. He must just have had no idea, maybe deked by the runner, but should have had another RBI on top of the 3 hits. He did struggle once the lefties came in. That's just Josh Rojas. What he did against the righties today was really good. Luke Raley had a very solid game at the plate. Mitch Haniger gets a hit. Dylan Moore gets a hit. Nice to see Moore get a hit, and he stung the baseball too, and the stolen base, and that ends up giving you a run as well. That's very nice to see for a guy who had been scuffling as of late. But offense was fine tonight. 4 runs, not the best, but I liked the approach that they had today. I liked what they did in the 3rd inning a lot. I want to see more consistency, of course, but I've been okay with what I've seen offensively for the most part over the last 5 or so games. It's a good win, and any win's a good win. And here's the ultimate positive: with the Mariners winning and with Texas losing, they are 5 games up on the division with exactly 100 games to go. So here's what I want to ask you guys: there's 100 games left. Please don't answer 54. It's just so silly. How many games do you think the Mariners need to win of these 100 to feel confident about winning the division? I kind of feel like if they can go, it's a weird year. I kind of feel like if they can go, you know, a couple games over 500, I feel okay about them winning the division. It's a weird thing to say. I don't think you have to get to 95 wins to win this division. Now, they can get to 95 wins because 60 and 40 is very realistic for this team. So it's 55 wins. 55, I'm feeling really good about this team winning the division. 60, they're winning the division. But I'm curious how many games you guys think they need to win. It's just not a very good division. It became the AL Central so quickly. But yeah, I'm curious what you guys think. I'd appreciate you hitting like. I'd appreciate you hitting subscribe. I'd appreciate you guys donating whatever you need to donate to Andres Munoz to make sure he's healthy. I'm going to go and do some sort of surgery on myself to make sure he has all the parts he needs because oof magoof, they really need him healthy. It's a good win, but that's what I'm going to be thinking about tonight. And I think you guys are probably going to be thinking about that too.